I'm pretty sure that all three of these articles were sent to me by my anonymous source. Fennec, I did see you sent a couple in. Jassa sent a couple in. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that all of these either came from my anonymous source or I found it myself. So yeah, gender affirming care has a long history in the U.S. and not just for transgender people. So this is a piece on the conversation, and this is one where like the conversation is kind of long form journalism, and they are an excellent publication. So I definitely recommend going to read their stuff. Hi, Saki.
Hi, hon. How you doing? You is? Are you feeling awake now? That's good. I hope the energy drink helped. Did you forget I got you one? Okay.
I also have a sleepy partner.
When I went to go get coffee, because they're the only shop that has sugar-free frappes, they also have a really good set of like just in-house blended energy drinks. So I was like, yeah, I'll get one of those too, and then she forgot.
Yeah. So this article, what it kind of gets into is it's talking about the long history of gender affirming care and how like a lot of the talking points today are talking about how like, oh, these are untested experimental treatments that we're doing to minors. We don't know the long-term consequences.
It's so untested. We've been doing it for 80 years. It's so untested.
Not quite 80. Not quite 80 years.
Not quite 80 years?
I don't think so.
Let's see here.
I think, well, it's been nearly 60 years since the first transgender medical clinic opened in the U.S. and 47 years since Rhoda started her hormone therapy. So the first clinic opened 60 years ago. So
the first recorded sexual assignment surgery was 1931. That was in Germany. Of
yeah,
course, you know,
this
that
is
stuff got burned
specific.
down.
Yeah. This is specifically about the United States.
Oh, okay. I don't care about the United States. But my 60, 80, 100, they're all technically accurate depending on where you are looking in the timeline geographically, I guess. But I guess my main point is we have been doing these surgeries so long, people have died of old age who have been on HRT or who have had these surgeries. Like, we have a wealth of data because people have literally been around long enough to live full lives after this.
Yeah. And actually the foundation of gender affirming surgeries, not even looking at the hormone side of things, but the surgical side of things, is it was pretty common for doctors when they delivered an intersex baby, they would perform surgery on the baby to choose which genitals to give it.
I actually have a friend who had that surgery when she was a kid, and it still fucks her up now. Yeah, and they would often choose the wrong one, and so gender reassignment surgery or sexual reassignment surgery was basically developed for people who were intersex, and the doctors made the wrong choice when they were a baby. So it was like, oh well, now I need to go be the other one, and that wasn't an issue. And they've been using hormone therapies to make children conform to gender norms such as like height. So like if a boy was too short, they'd give him hormones. If a girl was too tall, they'd give her hormones to stunt her growth. And they've been also doing that since the 1940s. There's also surgeries we developed for that, where we would like break both of your femurs in place, stretch them, and put a rod between them, and then as your bones regrow, your bones regrow around that rod, and suddenly you have an inch or two taller. Like, hair transplant surgeries are also, by all accounts, gender affirming surgeries. Yeah. So there's a very long history of gender affirming care in the United States. But the politicians are all talking about how it's new and untested, and it's like, no, we've been doing this for like longer than we've been doing proper brain surgery. And I mean, I say that as brain surgery is a normal thing that everybody has happen, but like brain surgery nowadays is easy enough that Ben Carson can do it. Jesus. I think for the main point, though, is that the only reason these seems like new surgeries to people, like realistically, the end all be all of this, is that these are new surgeries to the public at large. The people who knew about these surgeries, the people who knew about these therapies, were usually people who underwent them or people who were close friends and family with people who underwent them. And even then, sometimes if the close friends and family happen to be like your coworkers or your parents, maybe they didn't know about that because people have had to spend so much time in the closet when it comes to these things. So the public at large didn't get exposed to this, not because it wasn't there, but because people were scared to talk about it. You looked like a bad person when you talked about it. No different than if you talked about miscegenation 50, 60, 70 years ago. No different than if you talked about gay marriage 30, 40, 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, these are all things that look bad to common people if they are not in the era in which they're normalized, which is why it's so important to normalize these things so that kids don't grow up learning to be bigoted to these things so that they end up doing everything in their power to vote against it once they're, the ripe old age of plus 18.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. There's just there's no basis for complaining that these are untested and unproven treatments. Because they're just not. Suris, I'm gonna need you to stop being distracted.
Oh no, that was me and Saki having a disagreement about voting ages.
Yeah, no, you're distracted.
I'm distracted?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sure your partner has never distracted you once during a stream.
No, never.
Never, not once.
Nope.
It's never happened. It was a spook the entire time.
Yeah.
Hey, just wanted to give a quick thank you to all of my wonderful patrons who help keep me afloat and help keep this channel going. YouTube and Twitch are wonderful platforms, but at the end of the day, stability is not one of their strong suits. If you want to support my channel, then obviously Patreon is one of the best ways of doing that. Link is in the description. But I do want to personally thank everybody who has contributed to the channel. Those people would be Red Joker, Purple Poundini, Jemshin, Britzkrieg, Jupe the Malignant, Michael, Ravalern, Mabbity Babbity, Astral Frontier, Autumn and Angel, Nixie Chan, Mark Anthony, Victorian Alchemist, I'm not saying the last part of that, and you know that, Arcton Arclacier, Kiratorian, Dren Hadamata, Jordan M, John L, Lord Bleck, Smiling Game Master, and Fire Shard. And everyone else who supports my channel and lets me do what I do full time. This is a dream job of mine that I never believed that I would be able to take full time, and with your help, I've been able to do it. So thank you so very much for that. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you all enjoy, and I hope you all are having a wonderful time. I will see you all in the next one, hopefully.